Well, it's just gone 9 o'clock Central African time. This is BTV News. We are broadcasting live from the nation's capital, Gaborone. I'm Ulibile Samoka. Let's take a look at stories making headlines. Government targets tech-driven farming to boost yields. Staff at ports of entry undergo training to identify and intercept human trafficking.
And then sport tonight, local tennis star Ntungamile Ragwena claims a third J100 crown in a row.
Teresa Tokosimori giving us a sport news later on. Topataposa is interpreting in sign language. Welcome and thank you for joining us. Now, for the first time, the nation witnesses field trials of the Indian fertilizer farmers cooperatives nano fertilizers on watermelon in Sebele Nadi Block 8 field. Speaking during the launch of the nano fertilizers this morning, President Advocate Dumaboko says the government has taken a deliberate decision to enhance the uptake of agricultural technologies and data-driven interventions to help farmers produce high-quality yields and address other complex challenges facing the sector. The deployment of the nano fertilizer is a project made possible by a local manufacturing company, Lone Trends, in partnership with Indian fertilizers farmers cooperatives and National Agricultural Research and Development Institute, NADI. Monica Siswala.
The use of the IFFCO nano-fertilizers is considered a critical step towards the fulfillment of government aspirations to increase the agricultural contribution to the gross domestic product from the current 2% to at least 6%. The president said the time is now to unlock the potential of the agri sector through initiatives that yield results and are inclusive to all farmers, regardless of geographic location.
There's a program that's coming where we are now going to study the land itself using technology, where they'll be able to tell us, in this particular area, these are the crops that will thrive. Don't waste your time on anything else but this. This is what we're looking at. And this is how agriculture then becomes a powerful area of growth for our economy and an area for the empowerment of our people. We'll be able to have rural economies thrive, anchored on agriculture.
In addition to the nano-fertilizers, NADI is also experimenting the use of modern technologies such as drones and the use of seeds from the Genetic Resource Bank in order to help the country achieve food security.
Nano-fertilizer technology demonstrated here boosts nutrient uptake efficiency, delivering higher yields with reduced fertilizer use and minimal environmental impact while improving crop quality and shelf life. We therefore eagerly anticipate further transformative impacts from initiatives like the Lemandijo program, which promotes organic fertilizers and supports small-scale farmers, youth and women.
Buy into the Genetic Resources Bank. Already multiply. We are sure of the quality. For next year, Botswana, so seeds. And some of these seeds will take them back to the genetic resources.
Studies, research, and benchmarking has been done. And Mr. President, this is the time for us now to do.
The deployment of nano-fertilizers and incorporating the use of modern technologies in agriculture is viewed as a step in the right direction towards achieving sustainability and a climate-resilient sector. Monica Satswaila, BTV News, Gaborone.
The Acting Minister of Lands and Agriculture, Dr. Edwin Dikoluti, has called for a strengthened collaboration between the public and private sectors to drive the modernization of Botswana's tribal land administration, signaling a significant shift in the nation's approach to land tenure. The minister made these remarks at the high-profile 2025 Botswana Association of Tribal Land Authorities Land Talk Conference on Thursday. Horata Moranyani reports.
The Botswana Association of Tribal Land Authorities, Land Talk 2025, comes at a time when the government of Botswana is focusing on addressing the challenges of land tenure and governance. Dr. Dikoloti has reaffirmed the ministry's unwavering commitment to supporting the initiative, stating that the initiative aligns fully with government's vision for economic diversification and effective public service.
This initiative is not only timely, but firmly in alliance with Batla's mandate as articulated in Section 52 of the Tribal Land Act of 2018. And this role is now heightened importance as Botswana embarks on a critical phase of reflecting on its land governance. The key enablers of this transformation include the public-private partnerships. It is our desire to tap into the corporate environment and private entities for financing platforms of this nature, research and policy development.
Tonight has really reaffirmed the importance of creating open, frank and constructive platforms to discuss land management. It is our responsibility as Batla to ignite these conversations and ensure that they lead to informed, inclusive, and actionable outcome.
The conference serves as a critical platform for national dialogue, drawing a diverse audience of key stakeholders, including land board chairpersons from various land boards, legal experts, policymakers, and Dikhosi, who spoke on the issue of conditions of service for land board members across the country, emphasizing that better support and resources are fundamental to improving performance and attracting skilled professionals to the sector.
Technology and innovation must be a key milestone that must reflect the times and approach to land authorities. Botswana awaits the outcome of the emerging framework of land rights administration that is anchored in a centralized platform with registration in the Deeds Registry Office and easy access to process and information from land boards in their processes, their operations, sittings and determinations.
The 2025 Batla Land Talk is said to have set a clear agenda for the future of tribal land in Botswana, aiming to push processes such as land applications, lease registration, and dispute resolutions, thereby reducing delay and enhancing transparency. Khorata Maranyani, BTV News, Gaborone.
The Assistant Minister for State President Maipelo Mophuthing has encouraged the Bakhatla and Muchudi to work closely with the government through the Drug Enforcement Agency to fight the use of illicit drugs, particularly amongst the youth. Mophuthing made the plea on Thursday at Muchudi on officially launching the National Anti-Drugs Campaign. Jessica Pilani and Koketso Maokisa with the report.
Botswana, like many countries the world over, is faced with the growing concern of drug and substance abuse, especially among young people. The National Anti-Drugs Campaign, launched recently, is therefore designed to fight this increasing threat of drug abuse among the country's young population. I once had a relative who lost his life due to drugs. He first developed a mental problem and later passed away.
15 ke tsena sekolo kwa Maikano Junior Secondary School.
I engaged in drugs at an early age of 15 while schooling at Maikano Junior School. Since I had a talent for singing, I fell victim to influence from my fellow students who introduced me to drugs. My talent and not having a father figure made me to choose a dangerous path. The grief shared here by many reflects a harsh truth about the effects of drugs. This campaign aims to heal this pain, focusing on awareness talks, empowering parents, as well as equipping youth and children with facts and positive alternatives that do not involve the abuse of illicit substances.
We remain committed to strengthening and resourcing the Drug Enforcement Agency, increasing investment in drug prevention programs, supporting the development of rehabilitation, le di reintegration services.
Jaaka re na le dipalo tse di kana enne dipalo tse leng gore
We decided to launch this campaign in Mushidi because of its strong cultural values and large population. We urge you to use your influence to positively impact others and reinforce laws. As the Botswana Police, we strongly condemn the use of illicit drugs. That is why we have introduced programs that discourage the use of drugs as they are dangerous to individuals. Students too stepped forward, speaking out about the pressure and the silent battles their friends face daily. Their voices carried a powerful message, which is to take a stand against the drugs.
Drugs must fall. Drug lords must fall. Killings should stop. Let's unite to save Botswana.
The problem is that we know people who sell these drugs, but we do not report them. The Drug Enforcement Agency hopes that through this campaign, young lives could be saved before addiction takes away their future. Jessica Pilani, BTV News, Muchudi.
Festivities to celebrate 145th anniversary of the Batlokwa tribe were in full swing today at the Royal Aria Stadium in Tlokwen. The planned celebrations nearly came to a halt after some royals sought the court's help to stop them, claiming they were excluded from the planning. However, the court dismissed the application and paved way for the festivities to get on. You're still watching BTV News. Thank you for staying with us. Now moving on. Botswana has teamed up with the United Kingdom government to upskill frontline officers working at ports of entry in Botswana to sharpen their ability to identify and intercept victims of human trafficking and smuggling of persons at borders. Speaking at the training of immigration officials, airport personnel and security organs held in Francistown, the Acting Minister of Justice and Correctional Services, Augustine Nyatanga, says the training is timely as Botswana is experiencing an increase of cases of transnational organized crimes. Betana Mando has the story.
Frontline officials working at Ramokhwebana, Matseloje and Maitengwe border posts along Botswana and Zimbabwe boundary received specialized training aimed at stopping an increase of trafficking and smuggling of persons. The Acting Minister of Justice and Correctional Services, Mr. Augustine Nyatanga, says this training strengthens international cooperation.
As a responsible government, we've got a duty of care to make sure that as we deliver these services, we protect the integrity of our country through yourselves. Because through your roles, I'm convinced that you are the first people to detect suspicious incidents. You are the first people to appreciate what is happening in our borders. Hence, the partnership with the UK government and the idea is to come and exchange ideas.
With some Botswana having made headlines for suspected human trafficking in the UK this year, the trainers from the Border Force of the United Kingdom says human trafficking exposes victims to modern slavery and exploitation.
So this collaboration is just part of the UK's broader efforts to promote security, protect human rights, and dismantle criminal networks in Botswana and the region.
You notice that of late there have been increased incidences of human trafficking across the globe. And even Botswana, where we have been thinking that we are not part of the statistics. Just recently, there is a case that has been recorded in South Africa where some Botswana, unsuspecting Botswana, were lured to apply for jobs, hoping to go for greener pastures. But you know that when they go up there, they get there, they will be used for something else.
The ministry is concerned that Botswana is used for these crimes.
Botswana has been categorized as a source country, meaning that people are trafficked from Botswana to other countries. Botswana has been categorized as a destination country. People being trafficked from outside and coming here into Botswana. And also as a transit country, meaning that there are people who are trafficked from outside Botswana, they transit Botswana, going to other countries where they are being trafficked to. Therefore, yes, it is true, this is very concerning to us, and therefore we must be, doing everything possible to ensure that we prevent human trafficking from happening and also deal with support to victims.
As traffickers target vulnerable persons across the region, this training will strengthen national and regional vigilance at ports of entry. Bethany Mando, BTV News, Francistown.
Minister of Communications and Innovation David Tere says government is committed to ensuring that it digitalizes 80% of services in the next 24 months. This comes after the Digital Services Act was enacted to address connectivity challenges. Minister Tere made these remarks when officiating at the latest installation of the Mascom Tower in Chobe National Park. Neo Laien Kialebkhayole compiled this one.
Minister Tere says this new installation by Mascom along the Sidudu-Ngoma transit route, which cuts through the Chobe National Park, comes at a critical time when government recently opened up this route to be 24 hours operational. He said the problem of low connectivity that has been persistent in Chobe will now be a thing of the past because of this tower.
Such an installation more in the park. By the way, recently we have opened this road to operate 24 hours. So half 6 ya so it's a major route now, and it's a major trade route now. We have to take care of it, and also so I'm very happy through the Universal Access and Service Fund, you managed to collaborate with Mascom under this one. This installation. It's very, very important to the people of Chobe.
We have also partnered with government through UASF to be able to provide highway connectivity, to ensure that people are kept safe, to ensure that people have opportunities to be in touch wherever they are. And this is what this particular site is meant to do.
The minister said that through Digital Services Act, the government aims to digitalize 80% of services over the next 24 months, including those in the private sector. In this regard, the work done by Mascom is highly commendable.
It means our 24 grace period to digitalize 80% of our services. And this applies to the private sector as well, because it's an obligation placed by this law that we have to digitalize. So we have 23 months now to digitalize completely.
Furthermore, mobile service providers have been encouraged to share digital services and infrastructure with their counterparts to address connectivity challenges across the country, especially along trade corridors. Kindly asking you as Mascom to go and share this with Orange at TKH. The minister was in Namibia a month ago, and these are some of the things that were said by the president.
Trade along our corridors.
This latest installation by Mascom in the Chobe National Park will go a long way in improving connectivity as well as the livelihoods of the residents of Chobe enclave villages. Neolai, Botswana Television, Kasani.
Basket weavers are advised to diversify and explore international markets. Addressing basketry cooperatives during an innovative product design and development workshop in Maung, Messia Theron, a design consultant at Fair and Square, spoke highly of the thriving international basketry and handcrafts market. She encouraged weavers to diversify and create different products that are high in demand in the international market. Maranyane Samakata with more.
These are women who are highly experienced in weaving. They possess a deep knowledge, understanding, and exceptional skills honed over many years. They create beautifully crafted baskets that showcase their expertise. Experts are here to capacitate them on how to access international markets and help them to fully exploit their skills to produce other crafts that the market is ready for.
It's a very global interest in handmade products and products with a story behind it. And that definitely includes basketry. So many international big corporations buy baskets from artisans, and there's definitely very big interest in baskets globally.
Because becoming an exporter is the gold standard for any enterprise. We're also really interested in getting people to think about themselves as business people, because that's what they are. They're not producers, they are business people. So helping to fill in those gaps. But also, a lot of the work is actually the groups themselves. Like we've been doing a SWOT analysis. Where are you strong? Where are you weak? How can you grow from that? And also costing and pricing, that's another workshop we'll be doing.
Weavers from Shorobe, Matsaudi and Ngaraga corporations took part in the training and highly appreciated it.
Ithutile ka marketing, ithutile ka gore tshwantse re dilo tsa rona tse re di diratse re dire dilo tse di nang le boleng.
I have learned about marketing. I have learned that we have to produce innovative crafts for the international market, and they should go with proper branding. I have also learned about how we can access international markets. We have realized that our pricing has been a bit unreasonably high. Now we have learned about costing and we will price correctly. We hope that our products will sell, unlike in the past when we couldn't sell due to unaffordable prices. With women entrepreneurs in the crafts and basketry industry gaining more global recognition and empowerment, all aimed at taking them out of poverty, the sky is surely the limit for these gifted ladies who attended the training. Maranyane Samakata, BTV News, Maung.
Well, now in news further afield, Somali citizens in Mogadishu have voiced strong concern over U.S. President Donald Trump's anti-migration stance towards Somali in Minnesota. Critics, including Dr. Shafi Mohammed, called Trump's comments offensive and potentially harmful to relations with Somalia. Others warned his rhetoric could endanger Somali communities. Trump's decision to end temporary protected status for Somalis and his derogatory remarks sparked backlash, with Minnesota Governor Tim Walz accusing him of unfailing targeting Somalis. Around 700 Somalis rely on TPS and over 116,000 live in the U.S. Tato Khosimori on standby to give you the sport news.
Good evening, Botswana. Tonight continues with our sports update. I'm Tato Khosimori. In the FNB Premiership match played this afternoon, Nico United continued their impressive run after defeating Rockies Black Lions by 2-1 in a Week 14 clash played this afternoon at VTM Arena. Let's take a look at the highlights of that encounter.
A goalkeeper blunder. Abasala Chamorate Umwabi Putero. Hapilani. Bana Bonapele. Misani Cooper. Abaya Tanyale. That's a winning goal. It's a winning goal.
It's a mistake from the goalkeeper. The second one, it's a mistake from the right back. So what do you do? Those are I don't think you can count their chances on one end. But I was just happy with the type of football we played. We dominated a team that's fourth or fifth on the log. That was quite pleasing. It's just to fix up and get quality in certain positions, and then I think we can go places. But the players have given their all. I'm very proud of the players. but the mistakes cost us the game today.
First and foremost, I would like to thank God for the result. Like I earlier mentioned, to say we're working on the finishing part. We wanted to score more than 2 goals, and we managed to score 2 goals, which is a plus. But on their side, they managed to get a consolation, which was avoidable on our side. But nevertheless, we just congratulate our boys, our supporters as well, who traveled all the way from Pique just to drum up support. Despite we were on flashes today, we're playing at the same time. We try to sit back, we invite pressure, but nevertheless we just maintained and we defended. And at the end of the day, 5 minutes to full time, we got a clincher. That is a good result for us.
In other news, local tennis rising star Tungamile Ragwane is the champion of the ITF World Tennis Tour J100 tournament, which was held at the Notwane Tennis Center in Gaborone today. Ragwane defeated Yanel Berengam from France in 2 sets of 6-2, 6-3 to claim the tournament title. Paco Strek.
Ragwane, who was registering his 3rd straight victory in 3 weeks on the ITF World Tennis Tour Junior Circuit, came into this final showing a fierce hunger to win. He stormed through the opening set with authority, piling pressure on Berenga and breaking him again and again, eventually sealing the set 6-2. In the second and final set, Berenga returned with a more polished game, taking an early lead, but it didn't last long as the local favorite, Ragwane, mounted a strong comeback to take the set 6-3 and with it the championship title.
It's been really 3 good weeks for me. I won 3 titles in a row, 2 J100s and 1 J60 in Kenya and here. And I'm very happy of the level of play I had. So yeah, looking forward to, now I'm going to rest, train and then go to Australia next year for the qualifications of the Australian Open.
So the overview itself is pretty positive. Just a shame to end like that. I'm not really happy with my performance today. Could have done much better. Like in my game plan, in my mental, in my focus, could have done much better. So I guess I'll go back to work to improve that and to beat those kind of players in the future.
In another action-packed final of the day, Czech youngster Eliska Drevojanova overpowered Russia's Amelia Kokonenko in what began as a tightly contested battle. Drevojanova eventually took full control, closing out the match in straight sets of 6-4, 6-1 to claim the girls' championship.
Yeah, yesterday is very good recovery, and I think I play much better than last week. And she plays 2 weeks, they do very great tournaments. So yeah, I'm very happy to win my first ITF tournament here.
I played very bad, but the girl was so good, and congratulations to her. I hope next time I will play better. And I don't know, I had a lot of mistakes today. I think I need to work, I need to play more consistency maybe.
Both champions walk away with crucial ranking points as they continue their journey on the ITF World Player Rankings, climbing up the global junior tennis ladder. Paco Strek, PTV Sport, Gaborone.
And that's how we come to the end of our sport update tonight. Now let's take a recap of our top stories.
Government targets tech-driven farming to boost yields. Staff at ports of entry undergo training to identify and intercept human trafficking.
Local tennis star Tungamile Ragwane claims a 3rd J100 crown in a row.
That is all the news we had for you this evening. Weather's up next.
A good evening and a warm welcome to today's weather update, proudly brought to you by Faith Ketshabile. Let's start off by looking at the rainfall amounts that were recorded this morning at 8 a.m. 50 millimeters.